Drew Peterson grew up in the suburbs of Chicago, where he seemed to enjoy the all-American life. An athlete in high school, he joined the Army after graduation and married the girl he took to the senior prom. By the time he was 25, he was a father of 2 young sons and Police Officer of the Year in Bolingbrook, Illinois.
Before my father was Drew Peterson, the national headline, he was my father. You know, he was a good guy. He was great to us. He took care of his kids. He was a funny guy. He taught me a lot. He was always there for us.
But behind the happy facade, Drew was a serial womanizer. He repeatedly left one wife for a younger model, a pattern that led him to murder his 3rd wife, Kathleen, and many believe his 4th wife, Stacy.
You know, he was my hero for a long time. He's still my dad. I still love him. But basically everything you knew, we were wrong. After 7, 8 years, this is the first time I'm coming out and saying anything, because now I have to reinvent myself at 36 years old. I'm not Drew Peterson's son, you know, I'm Steve.
Stephen was born in 1979, the same year Drew was named Officer of the Year in the Bolingbrook PD.
That can't be your dad.
Yes, that's when he was an undercover narcotic agent.
What do you know about his job?
I know he had to have a second life. And the joke he always says we'd had to lie to our fake girlfriends to go home to our wives because they were so deep into it.
Do you think he was good at his job?
Yes. To do your job well and be good at it, you have to be able to lie to people. You know, he was so good at lying that he was able to convince them that he wasn't a police officer.
But he does seem like a great dad. I mean, in every picture, he's holding a child. Like, he seemed like a very hands-on dad.
He was. He wanted nothing but the best for us.
In 2007, Drew Peterson was arrested for the murder of his 3rd wife, Kathleen Savio. In the years since Drew's arrest, his 4 children from his last 2 wives have been raised by his son from his first marriage, Stephen.
My whole goal in this whole thing was to make sure that they become successful adults and emotionally their needs are met, and I've taken on all that.
Any attempts by the family to move on from Drew's crimes were torn apart by his recent actions. In 2015, the former policeman attempted to avenge his conviction from behind bars.
Drew is conspiring to have the prosecutor who convicted him murdered. Another inmate in the prison where Drew is doing his time wore a wire.
I told him what you said, just to get him out. Basically, go ahead and kill him. All right. And that's what you wanted, right? It ain't no turning back. Okay. All right. From the first time we talked about it.
Having already received a 38-year sentence for Kathleen's murder, Drew was sentenced an additional 40 years for his attempt to kill the prosecutor.
Now this newest thing with him trying to hire a hitman, it's a huge letdown. It absolutely has cast a shadow over us.
Now, Stephen is meeting with the sister of his father's 3rd wife, Kathleen.
Last time I seen Sue in person was at Kathy's funeral. I don't know how she's feeling towards me or what she has to say.
I know this is a big day, and I appreciate your willingness to come and meet with Stephen. I'm sure you're coming with an open heart.
I'm so scared. I don't know what to say, but I have to try this.
Go ahead and have a seat.
Hi.
This is a unique situation because it was your stepmom and it was your sister. I imagined that these 2 families, the Petersons and Savios, that there's never been a coming together and condolences.
I love my sister with all my heart. And, I pray every day her kids will remember her. I hate your father. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, I was so scared of you coming here. I didn't know what to expect, or you were going to attack me. You got that perspective of Drew.
I understand I sound like him and I have his laugh, and, at the right angle, I even look like him a little bit. But that's not me.
Do you talk to your father?
I do talk to him on occasion.
I want to tell you to tell him something for me. I want to hurt him.
Say what you want about my dad. I understand how you feel about my dad. I do. I understand that, and that's okay.
Do you believe that Steve helped in the murder of your sister?
Maybe. I think maybe, yeah, maybe.
Absolutely not. I mean, I've really never heard anybody thought I was part of the Kathleen.
So this is a shock to you.
This is a real shock.
That she would believe that you're a suspect.
Right. That's another one of the reasons I wanted to, be here was that.
Did he ever tell you he did it?
Never once. We were told it was an accident. We just accepted that.
And originally it was ruled that as well.
Yes, right. Honestly, never gave it a second thought that it was anything but that. Your first thought is, no way, my dad wouldn't do that. No way. And then over time, okay, now Stacy's not coming back. And I finally came to the realization, well, maybe he did have something to do with this.
So you're still seeking closure and answers from your dad too?
I would love some kind of closure for myself, for the kids, but it won't come from him, we know that.
But it's like I can't get to Drew, so I have to get to you.
Steve, why don't you describe to Sue what your dad's actions have done to you, the pain that it's caused you?
It affects everything. I mean, I've lost my house, my family. It's been hell on us for different reasons. But basically, the actions of one, it completely torn apart our family. I mean, our family is definitely not the same.
I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's been hell. Mm-hmm. In the simplest terms, it's been hell. Mm-hmm. But again, every day I wake up and, I want to make sure I do right for the kids, just like I did Kathy's boys and got them off to adulthood. I want to do with the next ones.
I'm tired of talking about Drew. Maybe one day I will forgive him, but I doubt it. I just too much hatred for him.
I've talked with the kids. We decided this is not going to define us. I hope you feel the same way eventually, that this shouldn't define you and where you're going.
Thank you.
Something you said earlier is that he sounds like Drew and that you want to hate Steve. What do you feel about him after talking with him?
I'm so impressed. I really do honor you for taking care of those kids. And I hope that you would accept my friendship and let me have the time with the kids if I can.
Of course.
Steve, having met Sue, what are you going to leave this meeting with?
Just a general understanding of where she's coming from. So I'm taking away at least a feeling that I get from you that maybe you realize I'm not my father.
Hated you for a long time because of your father, and I see you as a different person. And I'm so glad that I got to meet you, and it's like a big fresh air. I'm so happy. I hope Kathleen's story can help other people with domestic violence and know the signs, the red flags. I will keep in contact with you.
Yeah.
Thank you, I'm so proud of you.
Going into this meeting, I didn't know if she was gonna come out and be full of hatred. Hearing her talk about her pain and what she's gone through and the depression, and it's the same things I went through.